Hey, it's me. I'm here. And you should be here as well, because the AI apocalypse is taking over, and you know what? Maybe it isn't such a bad thing. And I think that a lot of people, what they're doing is it's like an AI versus anti-AI type thing going on, and I really don't know if that's like the right approach to have towards this. If it helps you, it helps you. And I know I can't get off this topic, and I think that this topic is trending, and it's trending for a reason. A lot of developers are just scared to come out and say like, hey, I integrate AI with the work that I'm doing. And that's okay. I just want to be the first guy to tell you that integrating it into your work and how you work is perfectly fine. There's been plenty of applications built using it, and there will be plenty in the future built using it. And hopefully you'll be a part of the future that's building with these applications. You know why dinosaurs are extinct, right? It's because, well, they got hit by a meteor and they died, right? It's the same way with programmers. We don't want to go extinct. And we're so worried about being replaced by this thing that we're actively hurting ourselves over it. So next time you're out and you're programming and you want to, I don't know, integrate AI into your application, just think about it and just do it. Don't think about it. It's probably easiest if you don't think about it, because if you can learn using these tools, right? Like if you were to, for example, pull up ChatGPT. Okay, so let me show you something magic. And I swear this is going to be the most magical thing you've ever seen, right? Check this out. Instead of typing something into Google, I want you just to go to ChatGPT and say, how do I center a div? And so basically what we're going to see here is we're going to see how to center a div. This is great. And the fact that I didn't have to go and Google this, and we'll Google this here in just a second just to compare the search results. So basically, we're just saying, yes, you can use Flexbox. Yes, you can use a grid. Okay, these are very great. And then this one's a little bit more questionable, using absolute positioning, but I guess it's technically valid. You can center something using absolute positioning. It's a little less optimal. It's only great because we have so many people training this thing. Let's actually go to Google. All right, now let's do the same thing on here. Let's go over here. How do I center a div? And we're going to have to look through here. So the first thing you're going to see, and I'm going to move my face. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to see, right, is we're going to see, give the class like center, and then in your CSS code, type your .center CSS selector, and then set the width. Right, I mean, this isn't necessarily as like concrete either, right? But if we go into, let's just go into here actually, and let's scroll down. I mean, look at all this. This is ridiculous. You don't, I mean, what are they doing here actually? Like, dude, I just want to center a div. But you see what I mean, right? For anyone who's like an experienced programmer and you already know how to center a div, good for you, right? But check this out. This guy is literally doing absolute positioning. Yeah, this div is definitely not centered. See that, like, it's on a fixed height and width, and they're doing this weird like absolute positioning thing, which we already got from AI. Like, that part was great. And if you're still Googling how to center a div, that's perfectly fine. Everyone has to Google some sort of CSS thing at some point in their life. My main point, if I can ask this AI chatbot, instead of having to go through all of these hoops just to center something, then maybe it's a superior tool. So yes, there is a time and place to read the documentation, but when I want to center a div and I'm in a hurry, am I going to Google something? Probably not. I mean, we're beyond that now. There was once a time where programmers had to manage, and if I'm looking over this way, right? So I've got OBS actually on my other screen, so you're gonna have to bear with me, right? I'm actually just gonna drag my face over. There was a time where programmers had to manage memory. And guess what? We don't have to anymore. Mind-blowing to me. Why? We still have people who are like resisting the flow of where things are going. And there's like a place, but you should understand what it's doing, of course. But then, like, if my question is, it's like, oh, I forgot this property. And then when I see the property, I know what the property does. I mean, do you really need to actually, here, let's just check in. We can just say, explain to me what a grid is and how it works. It'll probably give me this overly complicated explanation. Let's be honest. Yeah, this is how a grid works. This is how to use a grid. But you get the point, right? The fact that it can give me this information, and of course, ChatGPT can indeed make mistakes. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is that if this AI can generate me a response, tell me how something works, or maybe even check my understanding, right? So let's say that you're learning how to center a div. And obviously you could always just run the code yourself, but I'm just gonna say display is flex, align items is center, and justify dash content. There we go. And justify content as center. And then pick me. Yes, that is exactly right. This is how to center your text, pick me. And then it's gonna go in. Now this is the one part where AI could honestly stand to improve, is where we'll have something where you tell it like what it is, and it's gonna be like, yes, you are exactly right. And hey, guess what? I'm going to tell you why you're right. To me, it's really not that valuable. And what we can do is we can just say, be concise, prompting hack. Yes, your HTML correctly uses to center. And you can do this with programming questions. So a little bit of a short one today. AI is just a tool. We use VS Code, and if you're ashamed of AI, you should be ashamed of autocomplete features and anything else that is an extension that helps you write code. Because what's the difference? And someone down in the comments can roast me for it, but honestly, I just see this as really fancy autocomplete. And remember, there's no need to get banana shape about it. And hey, have fun with it. Tell me what you're building with AI, and let's go get some coffee.